Good evening. It's Sunday, so I'm going to preach to you. Actually, I want to say a little bit more about prepping and preppers. I made comments yesterday, I guess it was, about toilet paper shortage, and if any of our friends came to our house looking for our toilet paper, since we have such an adequate supply, I would give them a phone book or a catalog that I keep down under my desk here for just such purposes. And that might seem cruel to you, so why wouldn't I share my good stuff with people who are friends? Well, they have their opportunity, not just them, but you all have opportunities to prepare. Maybe some of you can prepare better than others, and I understand that. I mean, we started prepping, our whole family started prepping years ago while I was still working, still had a good paying job, and we could afford to buy a little extra or buy things like a generator that we needed. Our little generator burned out, and we needed one right in the middle of Hurricane Irene, if any of you remember that one. Power was out for a few days, I think, a couple days anyway, and we wound up buying one after the power came on, but within a few days there was one coming in at our local dealer, and we bought one at I'm sure, top dollar, but anyway, it's a good generator, still runs, portable. Anyway, prepping. Jesus tells a parable in Matthew chapter 25, the first 13 verses. Not a long story. Look it up. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I've got my Bible here, but I'm not going to read the whole thing to you. Just have it here for reference. About 10 virgins. And these virgins are like bridesmaids, waiting for the bridegroom to come and for the wedding to begin, and nobody knows when he's coming for this wedding. And they all have oil lamps with them. And the five of the virgins were wise. They brought extra oil for their lamps. They were preppers. The other 5 didn't. They figured, well, he'll be here before it gets too dark, and our lamps will stay lit until he gets here. Well, it got late in the evening. They all went to sleep with their lamps burning. And later, midnight, the bridegroom arrives, and they all get up, and the 5 wise virgins still have oil to put in their lamps so their lamps can stay lit, but the foolish ones, their lamps have gone out. And they said, give us some of your oil so we can, and the wise preppers said, no, if we give you our oil, none of us will have enough. Go buy some from the oil dealer down the street. So the 5 foolish virgins went off to the oil company down the street. Well, while they were away, the bridegroom came, and they all entered the banquet hall and locked the doors. So when those 5 foolish virgins didn't, came back, they were locked out because they weren't prepared. So, and Jesus doesn't rebuke the preppers. That's an interesting concept to me, that, well, you're supposed to treat other people the way you want to be treated, Well, yeah. So I've got stuff that can be used for toilet paper without giving away my good toilet paper. And they weren't rebuked. They weren't saying, why didn't you share? Why didn't you? No, that's our oil. We prepared. We were smart. We prepared. We're going to take care of ourselves, our family, whatever. And so, that's a concept. We could go into other preppers. Noah. I could tell you a story about Noah. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. And the ark. I don't want to get started because I'll run out of time before I get there. But anyway, go back and read Genesis chapter 8, I think, is where, maybe 6. I don't know. It's in those chapters 6, 7, 8. And notice what God tells Noah before he actually starts building the ark. When he tells him there's going to be a flood, I'm going to wipe out all mankind, I want you to build an ark. I'll leave it there for now. You could look it up. Interesting. And that ties in with Matthew